When a light goes green, if you're behind vehicles, it is not a green light until the vehicle ahead of you has started to move. If you're the first one in line, make sure you just pause for a second or two to make sure that nobody's running their red, thereby possibly T-boning you. When turning left, turn left into the left lane. If you need to be in the right lane, then proceed to put your blinkers on and change lanes. If you're turning right, you turn right into the right lane. Speed limit is 90. I am doing 90. Proper following distance behind a vehicle is 4 seconds, and that's in good weather in a regular vehicle. So when a vehicle passes, the vehicle ahead of you passes a stationary object, start counting. So I'm going to use that 50 sign. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4 1000. So basically that was 4.5 seconds at this speed that I'm going. That's the proper following distance. If it is inclement weather, rainy, snowy, slushy, or you're driving a bigger, larger, heavier vehicle, you should make that distance even longer than 4 seconds. When driving in the city, always do your best to keep that space cushion around you on all sides if possible. If not possible, the only space you have 100% control over is the space ahead of you. So keep your following distance appropriate for the speed, size, and weather that you're traveling in. And everybody says, well, if I keep giving that distance, vehicles are just going to cut in front of me. They will, but most people will cut in front of you whether they have that spot space or not. So it's safer just to let them have that spot and cut in front of you rather than them possibly taking you out. So once they've taken that space, just ease off the throttle or do what you need to do to reestablish that proper following distance again. And you will find when you're doing this, you're going to have a much more relaxed drive. And you will also find you're at all the same red lights with all the same vehicles that cut in front of you. Merging onto a highway, it is not up to the traffic on the highway to adjust their speed to allow you in. It is up to you to get up to speed, to get in safely and merge in with them. Traffic that is already on the highway or on that road, main road, that you are merging onto, should not have to alter the way they are driving or the speed that they are driving at. Always stop about 12 to 15 feet behind the vehicle ahead of you. If somebody comes in behind you that is not paying attention or comes in too hot, if they hit you and you bounce into the vehicle ahead of you, that accident is your fault. You hitting the vehicle ahead of you is your fault, even if you only hit them because you were rear-ended. So keep the space cushion ahead of you and keep your own vehicle safe and yourself safe. Looking right before you're turning right. Make sure nobody stepped off the sidewalk and no cyclists have snuck up beside you. And always stop about 15 feet before the stop line so that you can see it ahead of you. See it there. You can just see it, that's about 15 feet. And again, if somebody comes in hot behind you and hits you, then you won't get bounced into a crosswalk, possibly hitting a pedestrian, or into an intersection, possibly getting T-boned. Once you've stopped 15 feet before the stop line and the vehicles behind you have safely stopped, then you can get creepy. Then you can creep ahead a little bit further and trigger the traffic light. You don't want to be sitting at the traffic light for 2 hours, so you will have to creep forward, but make sure the people behind you have stopped first and you're safe to proceed to get creepy. So on my right is a bicycle lane. When the bicycle lane painted line becomes checked closer to an intersection, that's where a vehicle can legally and should legally block the bicycle lane to prevent cyclists from sneaking up on your side. It's not only for your protection, it is also for their protection. On a drizzly day like this, if you need your windshield wipers, you should also have your headlights on. When you require windshield wipers, they go hand in hand with headlights. If you happen to be driving an older vehicle where the headlights do not automatically come on, make sure you turn them on. It's for your safety